the sweets from Thursday.
Nice. Emma, how did your sister do in her tennis competition?
She did good.
Did she win some matches?
So I think the first one she lost, and then the second match she won, and then I forgot about the last one, but yeah.
Did you have a fun time?
Yeah. We went to the pool at the hotel, and then we played there, and then I got a scratch on my foot because I jumped into the pool, and I was like where it's like kind of low. So then I scratched my foot on the floor of the pool, the bottom of the pool, and then I looked at it and it was fine, and then later it was starting to bleed.
Okay. I'm sorry. I hope it starts feeling better.
Yeah.
Harika, how was your weekend, sweetie?
We went strawberry picking with Sahanashri, and she came to our
Oh,
house.
that sounds super fun.
Yeah.
I love that.
And
Kirby, how was
also, we got swings.
like in your backyard?
Well, my dad still has to get the wood from the swing set for the swing set, but yeah, he's gonna be building it in our backyard.
That's great. That sounds really fun. Kirby?
Yesterday, I went to this biking trail, like around Bella Vista, I think, and I saw Miss Gardner there.
You did.
First, I didn't recognize you because you had sunglasses on, but once I came closer, I recognized you.
Yeah, it took me a little while too because you zoomed by in your bike the first time, but then I could see you the second time.
And right after that, we went to my friend's house. I mean, we didn't like go home and take a break and went there. We just like once we got into the car, we went to our friend's house and we played there, and it was like 6 or 7 there, and so we had dinner there, and we came home and slept because it was a long day.
Alexander, how was your weekend?
Great. So I have two things to share. On Saturday, I found out all my dad's brothers and are Eagle Scouts, and my mom's brother is an Eagle Scout.
That's very impressive. Do you think you would want to be an Eagle Scout one day?
Yeah. I also am making, I actually already made it. I made a trailer in a movie.
You're making your own trailer?
I mean, I already made it.
Cool. That sounds like a fun project.
Yeah.
Ariane, how was your weekend?
It was good. And can you please send me those last the two questions with the clock images so I can answer them on email?
Yes, I will definitely do that. Did you send an email about it? Yes, I see. Okay, I'm going to star it and I'll send on those pictures. Well, boys and girls, it's wonderful to see you all. Tig is driving today, and so he's not going to join us in class, so we're recording it for him. And Saha Nasser, I'm not sure where she is. I'll add her. I had a fun weekend at the Buffalo River going canoeing. It was very fun. Have you done that, Josiah? You had a big reaction to that. Has anybody gone canoeing before and gone, or maybe like on a raft in rapids? It was really fun. Arshab?
On Saturday, we went to Branson.
Oh, fun.
And then we went to a celebrity chef restaurant.
Mm.
And then
How was
we
it?
went to what?
Was it good food?
Yeah, it was Paula Deen's.
Paula Deen's restaurant. Nice.
And then we went to an aquarium.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went to the wax museum. But then my dad said we had somewhere else to go.
Nice. That sounds like a really fun full weekend. Does anybody else think they'll go to Branson maybe this summer? Maybe. Yeah, we've just got 2 weeks left of school. Can you believe that? So we've got a whole week this week, a whole week next week, and then just a day and a half after that. So basically 2 weeks left of school. We can't start a 10-day countdown yet, but there are 11 and a half days left. So pretty soon we'll be able to start the 10-day countdown of how many school days there are left. Oh, I hope you guys are excited for your summer. Okay. We've got a few other hands up, but let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance for now, and then we'll share other things from the weekend in a little bit. Could I have maybe Samhita lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can I say the honor code too?
Yes, please.
Honor. Will honor those things which are good, true, and beautiful. Respect. I will show respect to others at all times. Service. I'll do good things for other people. I'll do good things
For others.
for others without being asked. Excellence. I'll strive for excellence in all things. Perseverance. I will fulfill commitments and not give up or act on discouragement.
Thank you. Please join me for a moment of silence, everybody. Okay, boys and girls, well, let's start on some spelling. We have our last mastery test of the year on Friday this week. And all of the words we're going to be doing this week we'll just kind of teach like normal, but you won't have a quiz or test over them. But we are going to finish up your whole 3rd grade spelling list, even if it's not one that you'll take a quiz or test over. So we're almost through. Actually, Thursday, there's not going to be any new lesson. You'll just review because there's only 3 lessons left in your 3rd grade spelling list for the year. 3 lessons. Okay. Let's begin with some review. Can you take out a whiteboard and marker? And here's Sahanasri. Excellent. Okay, let's begin with some phonograms. We'll do ah that we do use at the end of English words. And then ah that we do not use at the end of English words. Good morning, Sahanasri. Good to see you, sweetie.
Good morning.
Here's ah that we do use at the end of English words. Next to ah that we do not use at the end of English words. So close on that one, Josiah, but that's the ow-o phonogram that you wrote. Can you do ah like paw or saw or claw? Nice. Good job, Emma. Here's aw that we do use at the end of English words, and aw that we do not use at the end of English words. Next up, let's write you that we do use at the end of English words and you that we do not use at the end of English words. You. Marcus, do you have a whiteboard? Good job. We're going to write you that we do use at the end of English words and you that we do not use at the end of English words. Next, let's write ow, oh, cow in the snow. Ow, oh, cow in the snow. Good job, Josiah. Yep, you already wrote that one. Here's ow, oh. And next, ow, oh, ooh, Ow, oh, ooh, Okay, and we'll leave it at that for our phonograms today. Aryansh, could you go through all 6 of them and say them for us?
All that we do use at the end of English words. All that we do not use at the end of English words. You that we do use at the end of English words. You that we do not use at the end of English words. Ow, oh, cow in the snow. And ow, oh, ooh,
Very good. Well done, Aryansh. Could I have Rishith say all of them for us as well? Let me know when you ever need help.
oh.
This one is just aw that we do use at the end of English words.
Or if we do use at the end of English words.
Next. You can repeat after me. Aw that we do not use at the end of English words.
Or that we do not use at the end of English words.
Good. Do you know this one?
You.
So close. We're just going to flip those. You. This is you that we do use at the end of English words.
You that we do use at the end of English words.
Excellent. The next one is, think about it. Same sounds, but instead of we do use it at the end of English words, what is it instead?
We do not.
Good. So say the whole thing, please.
You that we do not use at the end of English words.
Perfect, Rishit. That was great. Over here.
Cow in the snow.
Good. Ow, oh. Cow in the snow. And this one? 4 sounds. Repeat after me. Ow, o, oo, ah.
Ow, oh, ooh, ah.
Good. Okay, those were all the phonograms for today. Let's review some words that are going to be on your last mastery test of the year. Oh my goodness. We are so nearing the end. Crazy. Okay, let's start with the word persevere, because that's what we need to do. Persevere, finishing the whole school year strong, right? Persevere. Fulfill commitments and not give up or act on discouragement is what persevere means. Marcus, can you please write persevere? Yes, Alexander?
I don't really leave school. It gives me something to do. I'm so bored.
So are you going to
during the
miss it
summer.
this summer? You're bored?
Yep.
Oh, but you'll be able to play so much tennis, right?
Well, we're trying to find a tennis court, but we haven't. We found a little place where we can play 3 days a week, but we're trying to find one that we can play every day except Saturday and Sunday.
Okay. Next word, please write reproach. Reproach is like disappointed or scornful. Baloo and Bagheera had reproach with Mowgli when he went to play with the Banderlog. They were filled with reproach, or they were reproachful. Marcus, when I say the word, you should be writing it, okay? When I say it to the whole class, that includes you. Reproach. Harika, take a look at yours. Reproach. Oh, actually, you do have it. The P just looked like an R. Reproach. Great job, Harika, Aryansh, Kriti, Alina. I should see everybody holding it up when they're done. Great job, Sahanasri. Next up, please write the word rinse, like rinse your hands off after you're done washing them. Rinse, not watching. Washing. Rinse. Rinse is the word. Next up, 2 words that go together. Treachery and treacherous. Like Brutus towards Julius Caesar. Treachery and treacherous. Betraying a friend would be treachery, or as an adjective, it's treacherous. Treachery, treacherous. Hold it up when you're done. Excellent work, Kruthi. Marcus, did you hear what the words were? All right, please write them on your board. And Emma, your camera is turned off. Would you turn it back on, please? There you are. There it is. Okay, we'll stop it there for our review today. You can erase your board now. And let's get ready for a new lesson.
The reason that I turned off my camera is because I went to the bathroom.
Okay. In the future, Emma, you can keep the camera on and just you'll close the door, and then I'll be able to tell when you're here and when you're not. Okay? So let's get out paper and pencil to start a new lesson. We'll go through these sometimes a little faster than normally because these are going to be just kind of for fun lessons. It's good to go through the rest of these because this is the rest of your third grade words. So really finishing them off completely. Next week, we'll probably do some fun words like something related to history or science or roots, and do that for spelling instead. Kind of like what we did like around Thanksgiving. We did all Thanksgiving words or all Christmas words. We'll do some things like that. Or maybe it'd be fun to do summer words, vacation themed words even. Would that be fun? I think so. Okay, so I'm still thinking through the best ones for us to do. Okay, the first word today might describe quite a few of you. What do you call a person who plays all sorts of sports? Not just one type of sport, but a bunch of them. Ariansh?
An athlete.
Good job. That's it. Athlete. Can you all say athlete? Athlete. 2 syllables. How many of you are athletes? You play at least one kind of sport. Excellent. I think it's good for everyone to be an athlete. There is a good sport for just about anybody. So it's character building to be involved in different sports. Okay, so athlete, sound it out with me. Athlete, 2 syllables. In the first syllable, what sounds do you hear? A, 2 sounds. Do you hear that sound? Do you know what phonogram we're using? Emma? Well done. Okay, in second syllable is l, e, t, 3 sounds. E says its name because of a silent final E, job 1. Pick up your pencil, please, and write athlete. Marcus, do you have your pencil in hand, ready to write? We should be writing athlete. Alexander? Don't know what's going on. I can't hear you, Alexander.
I played 3 sports in school.
Ath, syllable break, l, e, t, silent final E, athlete. Okay, Sahanasri, would you mark it for us?
Okay. First, underline in the first syllable, underline the
Excellent.
and I think that's it for the first
Yep,
syllable.
that's it.
And for the second syllable, you have to double underline the E and underline the T and job number. Is it 5?
It's just one, making the vowel say the name. Okay, good job.
Okay.
This word is a noun, but to make it into an adjective, do you know what we say? Keeping the space. Samhita, do you know?
Yeah, we say athletic.
Good job. Athletic. So for the word athletic, we've got athlet. We are not saying, E doesn't say it's a name anymore because we don't have the silent final E. Athletic. We're adding ik, and the k is ks. Please write athletic. 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 Can you all remember to hold it up when you're done as well? We want to keep holding it up when we're done so I can see your spelling. Everyone else hold yours up when you're done. Marcus, what word are we writing? Remember?
Athletic.
Good job. Hold it up when you're done, please. Marcus, it doesn't look like you're writing. I need you to have your pencil in hand currently writing. Sounding it out rather than just waiting until I write it, okay? Athletic. And hold it up when you're done, please. It looks like you finished. Ath, syllable break. At, syllable break. Ik, athletic. Aryansh, would you be able to mark the word for us, please? And everyone check that your spelling matches mine and make corrections if you need to.
You underline Z.
Perfect.
And that's it.
Yeah, you're right. Both of these are basic syllables. What part of speech is athletic, Aryansh?
An adjective.
Perfect. Okay. Our next word is
Sorry,
also
Miss
an
Garrett.
adjective.
It just stopped.
That's okay, Alexander. Yeah, I can tell you're having some connection issues. We just wrote the word athletic. That's what you missed. And if there ends up being more problems, it's okay. I've got this recorded. So if you needed to go back and watch anything over again, you can watch the recording. But you'll be able to catch up on spelling without doing that. Okay, our next word is practical. Can you all say practical? practical is kind of in some instances used like convenient, which we had as a recent spelling word. If something is convenient, it means like it kind of comes in handy and it makes things easier. Practical also can have to do with that. Like you might say, oh, it's really practical to have in your kitchen your silverware right next to your dishes. So you're getting everything out and it's all in one place. Or maybe it's practical for you guys to have all of your school supplies ready to go before you start your meeting so that things are just right next to you as you need to grab them, right? Can somebody else think of something that's practical that you would describe as practical? Kruthi?
It's probably practical that you all have pillows on your bed.
Yeah, definitely. Anybody else have one? Aryansh, what else could be practical?
To have a Chromebook or laptop so you could be on the meeting.
Very good point. Yeah, this word is also used to describe something that is really helpful. It's not necessarily fancy or super special, but it's just helpful. Practical. Okay, let's sound it out as practical. Can you sound it out with me? Practical. 3 syllables. First syllable is p, r, a, k, 4 sounds with the k, s. Next syllable is t, I. Excuse me. Basic code. Both of those are basic code syllables. Last syllable is k, a, o. 3 sounds. Also basic code. That's another k, s, making the k sound. Practical. Please pick up your pencil and write it. Practical. Dikshita?
The base of the word is practice.
Good point, yeah. Did you look that up?
No, I just was thinking
That it
of
looks like
because
practice?
I see.
Good,
Yeah.
Very good point. And I think it does definitely come from the same base because we also could use the word practical to mean like it's put into practice. Like maybe if you ever played chess, you might know some things about chess, about how to do it, but you also need to have practical knowledge of how to play it and put it into practice. So practical knowledge of chess has to do with actually playing it, not just knowing what the pieces do. Alina?
Can I mark the weight, please?
I would love that. Okay. I need to see everybody's words first, though. Practical. Hold up your papers, please, so I can see that you're doing the work. Practical. You should have 3 words on your paper so far. Okay, Alina. Marcus, I need to see your word, okay? Practical is what we just wrote.
Okay, so first syllable is basic code. Second syllable is also basic code. And third syllable, you put thinking cap on the A.
Good.
And I guess that's all.
That's it. That ended up being a pretty easy one to mark. Just one marking. Now, Alina, what part of speech would you say this is? If we were to say, like, he doesn't have any practical knowledge of chess yet.
Adjective?
Well done. It is an adjective. Now, let's keep on this page for the next part, turning it into an adverb. To turn it into an adverb, we say practically is the way that we pronounce it, but basically it's this, practical, and we are going to add an extra syllable with the ly adverb suffix, practically. But when we say it in everyday language, we say practically. Who's heard this word before? Practically. Good. A lot of times we end up using this word to say like, basically, practically, we're practically done with the year, right? With 2 weeks left, we say, oh, it's practically done. Okay, so practically, please write it. All you're going to do is keep these syllables the same and add the ly adverb suffix. Let me just see everybody's words when you're done. Marcus, are you writing the word practically? Practically. Check that your spelling matches mine, please. And then Josiah, I'd love for you to mark it if possible.
Okay. Okay. So, first syllable is basic code. The second syllable is basic code 2.
Mm-hmm.
And for the third syllable, under the L, first L.
Good.
And then you put a 3 above the Y.
Good. And actually, in this one, we're not going to do a thinking cap over the A. We're going to make the A totally silent because we tend to pronounce it practically. Practically. That's kind of debatable, though. I could see it going either way. But we'll go ahead and do that. Josiah, what part of speech is it?
Partially is an adverb.
Good. Adverb. Let's go ahead and write these in cursive. Athlete. Athletic. Practical. Practically. Marcus, can you write these in cursive? Should see pencil in hand. And then when we're done with that, we're actually going to do 2 idioms today because we didn't do one last week. Let me see your cursive as soon as you're done with all of those in cursive, all 4 words. Thank you, Josiah. Can you hold it a little closer? Great job, Alina. Great job, Arshab. Thank you, Arianch and Dikshita.
My internet just started working.
Good. I hope it stays working well.
Yeah, I had to come
Thank you,
downstairs.
Kruti. Looks great. Okay. Okay, are you guys about ready for the idiom? 2 idioms today. And let's review some of the old ones that we've done. So let's see how well you guys remember some of the idioms we've done so far over the last couple months. Who can tell me what the idiom actions speak louder than words means? Actions speak louder than words. Emma?
So basically means like if you were to like accidentally spill something and then you said I didn't do it, but actually they by your actions they know that you like spilled it or something. Did something.
Absolutely. And that matters a lot more, what you did versus what you said. That matters much more. Or if you say to your friend, you know, oh, you are my best friend in the whole world. I would never choose anyone over you. But then as soon as someone cool and new comes along, you kind of forget about them. Your actions are speaking louder than your words. You're maybe not being very much of a true friend to them. Okay. Now, next one is beat around the bush. Who remembers this one? Like you might hear someone say, don't beat around the bush, just tell me. Kruti, what does that one mean?
Whenever people are like asking you, did you eat the last cookie? You're like, oh wait, by the way, speaking of cookies, there are some new cookies in Walmart. And then they say, stop beating around the bush. Just come to the point.
Yeah, good example. I like that. Yeah, so it's basically not telling a lie, but also not telling the truth yet. You're kind of beating around the bush means just trying to get away with saying something different without answering the question. Okay, what about beggars can't be choosers? Beggars can't be choosers. Harika, you remember this one?
Yeah. So if you say that you're cold, and if you get a jacket, but you said, no, I don't want this jacket, I want that jacket. That means you can't choose. You got what you got, and you don't throw a fit.
Yeah, it's very similar to give what you get and you
And
don't
you
throw a
don't throw a
fit.
fit. Yeah.
If you're really wanting something, you've just got to be happy with whatever you get. If you're starving, oh, so hungry, and somebody gives you a banana and you say, oh, I hate bananas. Beggars can't be choosers. If you're hungry, take the banana and eat it.
Yeah.
Okay, how about clean bill of health? We haven't talked about this one maybe quite as much. Do you remember it, Alexander? Clean bill of health.
Oh, it's just my well, I'm just gonna say example. So I went to the doctor and then I was a clean bill of health.
Yeah, it means you are healthy, nothing wrong with you. You could also say this for like a car or a house or computer. It's like, well, it's not new, but there's a clean bill of health, which means it's working just fine.
Like my dad's car.
How about cold shoulder? Do you guys remember that? Does not have to do with actually temperature at all. What does cold shoulder mean? Like you might hear someone say, he gave me the cold shoulder. He gave me the cold shoulder. Josiah?
Like, if one person is bad, then he can make everyone else bad.
Very good guess, but no, it's not that. Dikshita, do you remember?
So if one apple is rotten, maybe the whole basket will be rotten.
You are thinking of another good idiom, which is one rotten apple spoils the whole barrel. I think that's what Josiah was thinking too. Josiah, I think you were thinking of the idiom, one rotten apple spoils the whole barrel. That means if someone has a bad attitude or they're either grumpy or being mean, sometimes that affects other people and then they start getting grumpy, right? But cold shoulder is a different one. Kruthi, do you remember it?
It's when you say someone gives you the cold shoulder, it kind of means like they're like ignoring you or like being mean to you, something like that.
Exactly. Like the silent treatment, kind of. Basically ignoring. Okay, we've got 2 new idioms today. We are almost done with all of our idioms. And there were others that we didn't review yet today, but we'll do that later. The first one is an idiom called the show must go on. Can you all say that? The show must go on. Alina, do you know what that means?
So I feel like I heard it before. It's like if something is ruined and then somebody says like the show must go on.
Yeah, it's like basically persevere. So this probably started about 150 years ago or so, when there were a lot of like traveling circuses, and the show would go on even if somebody like was a tightrope walker and they fell. Oh, they might have broken their leg, but the show must go on and the other performers are still going to perform. Or if there's terrible weather and there's a concert, but they just say, well, it's raining, but the show must go on. We're still going to perform. So basically, it's like persevere. Emma?
Can I tell the what I wanted to say after we do cursive?
Yes. Okay, after cursive. Okay, let's, I'm going to switch over to the camera so that you can follow along. Let's write this idiom and one more idiom after this. And in my book here, I've got a little short example of when we could use it. Let me go ahead and write it, and then I'll tell you it. The show must go on. So here's a little example. Oh no, Tommy looked up from his computer. I just got an instant message from Mahir. He has laryngitis and he can't sing the solo in our choir concert tonight. We're gonna have to cancel. We don't have to cancel, replied Sandra. Your voice is just as good as Mahir's. You can sing the solo instead. The show must go on. So one person can't sing the solo, but that doesn't mean the show is canceled. Find another way to still make it work, persevere, and the show will go on. And one more idiom that I'd like us to do actually is one related to sailing. So the phrase is, oh, sorry, let me redo that. Touch and go. Can you all say that? Touch and go. Touch and go means, oh, it's a dangerous or difficult situation. Like when we had the below 0 degree days with a lot of ice and everything, it was touch and go for a little bit. Maybe it was like, oh, we can't get out of the house. It's really touch and go to try to drive on a lot of those roads. It's kind of a dangerous situation. And this actually came from boating because it would refer to a sailing ship that has nearly run to like basically shallow water where they'd be touching the ground. So if a ship gets to one of those points, it's really touch and go. Because if you start to actually touch the bottom of like river or something else that's shallow, then the boat's just stuck. That happened to me on Saturday when I was canoeing a few times, when the boat would get stuck because it was too shallow. And thankfully a canoe is easy enough that we can just move it and we can get out of the shallow area. But a big boat, if it gets stuck, that is terrible. Oh, kind of like that huge ship that got stuck in the canal. Did you hear about that? In the Suez Canal, there was this huge ship that was stuck in kind of shallow water. And it stopped a lot of trades from happening. This is just like a month ago or so. You guys want to see a picture of it? Okay. Oh, actually, maybe it wasn't as much for, it might have been shallow water, but also, do you see it's kind of crooked? And it stopped anybody else from going back and forth through this canal, which was really terrible because it was a common place of trade. So there were a bunch of things that couldn't be moved for, I think it was like a week or more that this ship was stuck there. Yeah, it was really bad. It wasn't dangerous to anybody, but look at that. $10 billion in goods were stuck in the canal. Oh yeah, it was shallow water. That was a big part of it. That was them trying to get it unstuck. So it was touch and go for a while trying to get that boat unstuck. And it was touch and go in the Buffalo River at times this weekend, trying to get the canoe out. Okay, well, that is all for our idioms today. I hope you guys enjoy learning about these, and maybe you see them in books that you read occasionally, or it kind of comes up in conversation a little bit. That's proverbs and idioms are meant for just really practical occasions that would come up all the time. Okay, I was going to have us review some well-ordered language with a sentence today, but I think it would be good to do a little writing break. So take a moment to stretch.
Now can I say what I wanted to say?
Okay, Emma. And then we're going to do some jingle review.
So my sister, I think it was her last match, that her racket, the strings broke. So, but she brought a second racket, so that's good.
Good.
And my sister's birthday is coming up. I forgot. And then the last thing I wanted to say is I forgot what was the idiom, but it was like it's bark is.
His bark is worse than his bite?
Yeah, so whenever I was at the hotel, whenever we were going to leave the hotel, I heard this dog. It was like this, like, very, like, kind of, it sounded like a scary dog. But then whenever it walked by, our door was open because we were getting our stuff out of the hotel. And then I saw the dog, and it was actually this tiny, cute dog.
Yeah, that's a very good example of his bark was much worse than his bite. Okay, boys and girls, for well-ordered language time today, we're going to just do a few jingles. And I actually want to, just like we did on Friday, get some requests of maybe some jingles that we haven't done in a while, because for the rest of this school year, we're really just reviewing everything we've done in well-ordered language, going back to even the kinds of sentences and the principal elements and all of the parts of speech that we've learned about. Samhita, do you have a song request?
Can we please do the synonym antonym song?
Ooh, yeah. We haven't done that one in a little while. Let's do it. Boys and girls, stand up, dance along.
Synonyms, antonyms, and homonyms. Synonyms are words that mean almost the same thing. Antonyms are words that have the opposite meaning of another word. Homonyms are words that sound the same but have different meaning and sometimes spelling. Words that sound the same but do not mean the same thing. Synonyms, antonyms, and homonyms. Synonyms:
Little and small.
Antonyms: short
and tall.
Homonyms:
Through the ball, walk through the hall.
Synonyms, antonyms, and homonyms. Synonyms, antonyms, and homonyms.
Okay, any other requests? We'll do just a couple more. Dikshita, do you have one? Hopefully one we haven't done as much. Which one?
List of the prepositions.
Yeah, that would be good to review. It's been a while since we've done that.
aboard,
about,
above, across, under, against, along,
among,
around,
preposition
words,
before,
behind,
below, beneath, beside, between, beyond, at, by. Preposition words. Down, during, except for, from, inside, in, into, near. Preposition words. Of, off, on, out, outside, over. Past, since, through. Preposition words.
throughout,
To, toward, under, up until, upon, with, within, without, underneath. Preposition words. Preposition words. Preposition words. Oh, good idea on that, Deekshita. It's been a little while, and it's always good to review our prepositions. Kruti, do you have another request?
The fable.
Oh, yeah, I like that one too. Let's do fable.
A fable is a moral
Tale. A fable
is not a fairy tale.
A fable is short,
Direct and clear.
animals are careless, sneaky or sincere.
Teaching
Lessons
not to be deceived.
Fables warn us
Not to be naive.
Very good. Okay, let's get one more request from Rishabh.
Subject pronouns.
Subject pronouns. Good. That's been a little while too. Subject pronouns are
In
the nominative case. I,
you,
he, she, it, we, you, they, I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. Subject pronouns are in the nominative case. I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they.
I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they.
Building a house, Alexander, with some principal elements. And I like that Alina's dancing along with her little bear. Okay, boys and girls. At this time, I want to go over a new poem we're going to be spending a little bit of time on this week and next. We'll probably not do recitations of this, but I do want you to write your own version of it after we take a look at this. It'll be later on this week that we're going to write our own version of this fun summer poem, because it is all about what this person likes best about summertime. What are some things you guys like best about the summertime? Maybe every summer there is something that you and your family do that you like best about summertime. Harika, what do you like best about summertime?
Swimming, because we do that every single summer.
What was it?
Swimming.
Swimming, nice. Do you go to a pool or to the lake or what?
We actually have our own kiddie pool, so we just have to blow it up and then we can pour water.
Nice. Oh, I love swimming in the summertime. That is so fun. Emma, what about you?
We always go to Mexico.
Nice. Are you going to do that this summer too?
Yeah.
Your
sister's
grandparents
gonna,
live there, right?
yeah, and my sister is gonna be vaccinated before we go to Mexico because it's 12 and older, and she's turning 12.
So she'll be able to take it. That's great. So you like going to
Yeah, we might
Mexico, visiting your grandparents. Kriti, what about you?
So on the last day of school, like around like in 8, my friend comes to our house for a sleepover, and we always like we play, and then the next day when her mom comes to pick us up, I go to her house for a sleepover, and then the next day she drops me at my house, and then she gets to play at my house until dinner, and they eat dinner at my house, and then they leave. So it goes on.
That's so fun. When I was your age, I did that with some friends where it's just back and forth. We were always together, whether it's at, your own house or the friend's house, just to be together all the time. Oh, it's so fun to do that. Ariansh, did you have one too?
I can play outside till 9.
Oh yeah, staying up later, playing outside longer. What do you usually do outside?
Because I mostly play with my friends because now I have to go home at 8 or something.
Okay.
Only because I have school the next day.
Yeah, definitely. So staying, and then in the summertime, it's even light later in the day. So there's more hours at night to play with your friends. Okay, one more comment from Alina. What do you like best about summertime? I think she's talking, but it's just delayed. So I'm going to, oh, okay, never mind. Well, boys and girls, this poem is called Knoxville, Tennessee by Nikki Giovanni. Can you say Knoxville, Tennessee? Has anybody been to Tennessee before? Maybe even Knoxville specifically? A few of you? Yeah, nice. And then Nikki Giovanni is the name. Sounds Italian. So what, our shop?
My uncle lives there.
Your uncle is there. Perfect. So in Knoxville, Tennessee, she's writing about all the things that she would normally do in the summertime. Now we're going to make our own version of it called wherever you live. Bentonville, Arkansas is probably for most of you, right? Or Rogers, Arkansas, Bella Vista, wherever you live. We're going to make our own version of it about where you live and the things you like best about summer. Okay, can you read it with me? It says, I always like summer best. You can eat fresh corn from Daddy's garden, and okra, and greens, and cabbage, and lots of barbecue, and buttermilk, and homemade ice cream at the church picnic, and listen to gospel music outside at the church homecoming, and go to the mountains with your grandmother, and go barefooted and be warm all the time, not only when you go to bed and sleep. Knoxville, Tennessee. So you can see that she likes a lot of different foods, right? In the summer. There might be some specific foods you guys eat in the summertime. Do any of you do more barbecue in the summertime? Like if your family has a grill? Yeah, oh, it's so yummy.
My dad likes making like burgers with with some pineapple because my sister loves pineapple.
Ooh, that sounds really special. So you could write about, yeah, burgers with pineapple. That sounds really special. Kruthi?
In the summer, for barbecue, we like to make kebabs sometimes for barbecue, and also sometimes we like to make s'mores.
Ooh, yum. S'mores in the summer. That's so fun and tasty. I agree. Ariansh? You have your new snow cone maker, right?
Yeah.
That's probably something
so
you'll use a
about
lot this
making-
summer.
And about making our poem, like our own poem. So, what are we supposed to put in the poem?
I'm going to go through it with you later on this week. We'll have to see what day we have the most time. Probably Thursday is what is going to end up being best. And I'll walk you through an example of my own, and then you guys will make one kind of similar to it. Like the first part will be the same. I always like summer best. And then you can start listing off. You can eat, instead of fresh corn, maybe like watermelon. You can eat watermelon from the farmer's market, maybe you say. Instead of Daddy's garden, maybe you say farmer's market. And hamburgers with pineapple. And s'mores. And you can start listing out a lot of things to eat. And then other things you might do, like, and go to Mexico instead of go to the mountains with your grandmother. Go to Mexico with your grandmother. Or go to Disney World with your family, you might say. Or you could say, like Kruthi mentioned, and have sleepovers with my best friend. Or Ariansh, and stay up late, playing with my friends, staying up till 9 o'clock. It's best to be even more specific, like staying up till 9 o'clock, playing with my neighbor friends. So we'll go through it in more detail later on this week, but that's what it's going to be kind of based on. Isn't that nice? Hopefully that makes you look forward to all the things you like best about summer. So we'll keep working on that this week. Once again, no recitations. We're just going to use this as a model for your own poems about the summer. Dikshita?
So whenever it's summer, my friends will come to my house and they'll stay there for a few days, and then we'll go to their house after a little break, like a few days break. Then we'll go to their house because my friend's house has a barbecue. Last time we ate like corn and a kebab.
Nice. Yeah, so we'll go into the details of what that's going to look like, but it sounds like you guys have a lot of good ideas of what you like best about summer. Okay,
And
boys and
summer-
girls, I need you to take out your orthography notebook at this time. We're not going to do any sorting, but I do want us to write our words in the back of our book. Page 65, lesson 111 is where we're going to write the words from today. Then we'll get started on some math.
What page?
65. Our first word for the day was athlete. Athlete. Then we had athletic. Marcus, do you have your orthography notebook? Then practical, practical, and finally, practically, practically. Okay, so those 4 words, and then we'll get started on math. Dikshita?
At the end of practically, isn't there 2 C's?
No, the only double consonant is the double L.
And for
question.
practical, because I saw there was double C's.
No, it's not double C's. Good question. Okay, boys and girls, once we're done with that, you're going to do some work in, I'm going to be presenting some pictures of bar graphs that we're going to be working on today. And I don't need you to have anything for notes today, but I do want you to take out your whiteboard and marker, because some of the questions I want you to answer on your whiteboard and hold up, okay? We are going to be doing more bar graphs today, basically not filling it out. You know how the other day we were filling out some bar graphs in your workbook? We did all of those together on Friday. How did you guys feel about that? Feeling good about bar graphs? Today, we are going to basically look at bar graphs and answer questions about them. So that's what we are doing in this book, but also in your workbook pages for the day. So all you need is your whiteboard to answer some of these questions. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Aryansh, would you read this starting at Trisha?
Trisha sold tickets from Monday to Friday last week. She drew a bar graph to show the number of tickets she sold each day.
Good. So we've got the number of tickets sold up here on the vertical axis and the day of the week on the horizontal axis. And we're going to answer questions based off of this. I want you to do this on your whiteboard, okay? How many tickets did Trisha sell on Monday? Wait, why does it just say the answer immediately? Okay, sorry. We'll do that more for this next one. So try to ignore, actually, I'll just ask the question. We'll do it this way. I'll ask the question and you won't be able to see it, but write down the answer. How many tickets did she sell on Monday? Write the number that she sold on Monday. Good job, Emma. Is it close enough for you guys to see the graph well, the numbers? Okay.
I'm going to have to use paper because my whiteboard marker dried out.
Okay, that's fine. Good. 50 tickets on Monday. Now, on which day of the week did she sell 45 tickets? Deekshita, I love that you are making it work no matter what, even if you have to write on a napkin. But do you have paper and pencil? Okay, that's better. Thank you. Which day of the week did she sell 45 tickets? 45. Look for 45. Great job, everyone. Marcus, you need to be doing this on your whiteboard. Can you see which day she sold 45 tickets? Great job, everyone. Tuesday. Now, which day of the week did she sell the least number of tickets? The least. How'd you know I was going to ask that, Aryansh?
Because it was the last question that I saw.
Oh, you saw it. Okay. Which one has the least tickets? Good. And remember to think to spell it Wednesday. Wednesday. I've got to look over here. Okay. This one you're going to have to do a calculation for. How many fewer tickets did she sell on Monday than Thursday? What's the difference between what she sold on Monday versus what she sold on Thursday? What's the difference between the two? Marcus, can you see how many fewer tickets were sold on Monday than Thursday? Good job, everyone. 5. 50 on Monday, 55 on Thursday. So the difference is 5. And can you tell, oh, here's a good one. Can you tell which day she sold twice as many as another day? Basically, which two can you find that are, one is double the other one? Do you see it? Write it on the board. It's 2 days. One day that's double the other one.
I'm still kind of confused by the question.
Okay, the exact wording of it is, on which day did she sell twice as many tickets as another day? Which day was twice as many as another day? Okay, I'm seeing a lot of different people say Wednesday or Wednesday and Friday. Good job. Wednesday and Friday is correct because Wednesday is 20. Friday is 40. Do you know 40 is twice as big as 20. Friday is twice as many tickets as Wednesday, since 40 is twice as big as 20. Okay, let's move on to another one. In this chart, we've got some visitors to the zoo. Now, we've got a lot of people here on this vertical axis, right? Now, it goes from 0 to 50, 50 to 100, 100 to 150. But do you see the little lines in between? What is that going up by? Dikshita?
Each one says 10.
Exactly. Each one is skip counting by 10 in between the numbers. Do you see the dotted lines helping you out as well? Okay. Here's the first question. I want you to once again write it in on your whiteboard. How many people came to the zoo on Wednesday? How many people visited the zoo on Wednesday? Good. Exactly 200. It went right up to the number. What day did 170 people come to the zoo? On which day did 170 people come to the zoo? Look for 170. You see it? Good job, Thursday. Which day had the most visitors? The most visitors. Well done, Sunday. Notice we don't even have to look at the number. Bar graphs are such good visuals that we can just see which one's the tallest bar. Now, can you see a day of the week that no one came to the zoo? 0 people. Good job. Marcus, look for the day of the week that nobody came to the zoo. Now that seems kind of odd, doesn't it? Does anybody think they know why that might be? Why would there be nothing for Monday? Rishith?
Your school.
Well, that's a good guess, but there's also school Tuesday through Friday. Any other guesses? Alexander? Marcus, you've got to write this on your whiteboard. You can't just sit there.
I think it's because it was a cold day.
Good guess. I don't know about that, though.
I'm not very sure.
Maybe on Monday they had school, and then on Tuesday, Wednesday for summer break.
Again, a good guess. I don't think that's it probably, though. Emma, do you have an idea?
If it were to be a new place, then maybe on Monday people didn't come, and then on Tuesday people started to know about the place.
Yeah, that's another idea. I don't think that's quite it either, though. Sahanasri, do you think you know?
Maybe like on Monday, like they have to clean the zoo, and they have to clean the zoo.
Yeah, so maybe like it's closed to everybody else coming because they're cleaning it. Yeah, I bet that's what it is personally. I bet it's closed on Monday. Don't you think that makes sense? Maybe like Sahanasri said, for cleaning, they had to have it closed to visitors one day. Because the odds are, Harika, sweetie, you were gone for a long time. Harika, you've got to be really quick to take out a whiteboard and marker because you missed a bunch of math already. Show me really quickly taking out your whiteboard and marker, ready to go. Because the odds are that somebody would come, even if it was like rainy. Okay, here's another question. Write it on your whiteboard. Let me see everybody's whiteboard and marker. Ready to write? Great job. Great job. Let me see your whiteboard and marker, everybody. Marcus, come on. Whiteboard and marker. Ready to write? On which day were there 150 more than Thursday? 150 more people came. So first you got to figure out how many people came on Thursday. And then add 150 to that. Which day is that? Good, Kruthi. Can you tell me which day had that number of people? Marcus, you can't leave. You need to stay for math class. There you are. You've got to have your whiteboard and marker. Do you see how all of your classmates are writing answers down? That's what you should be doing, bud. Great job, Harika. Okay, excellent job. Saturday. Arshad, tell us how you solved that.
So first, I added 100s together. I took out the 70 and 50, and I added the 100s. I got 200, and then I added 50 and 70 together, and then 50 plus 50 equals 100. So I added another 100 to the 200. It equals 300. And then what was left of 50 plus 70 was 20. So I added that to 300, 320.
Good. Great explanation of your mental strategy for that. So yeah, Thursday has 170. Once you add 150 to it, whether you use mental strategies or write it out, you'd see that Saturday, 320 is 150 more. Now, if on Sunday, 125 adults visited the zoo. Now, these are the numbers of adults and children coming to the zoo. If 125 adults came this day, how many children visited? Does that make sense? Here's the number of total people who came to the zoo on Sunday, but only 125 of them were adults. So how many children came to the zoo on Sunday? Kruthi, do you know what you're going to do?
You have to subtract how many people came on Sunday, and like how many people came and how many adults came.
Good. So how many people came on Sunday altogether?
350.
Good. We're going to subtract 125 from that. That's the number of adults, 125. And tell me how many children there were. Show me on your whiteboard. Once you subtract it out, show me the answer. Rishith, try that one again. There were 350, and we're going to subtract 125. Well done. 225 is correct. Rishith, it would be best for you to write out the whole problem. Okay. 350 minus 125. Do you remember regrouping from the tens to the ones? 10 minus 5 is 5. 4 minus 2 is 2. And 3 minus 1 is 2. Okay, let's move on to a different bar graph. You guys are doing really well. Now this bar graph shows the number of pages read by Rachel, Dylan, Allie, Emily, and Jessica, some people in a class. The number of pages that they read in one day is what it says up here. Some quick questions to begin with. Right away, without doing any calculations, you can see who read the most. Tell me who read the most pages. Who read the most? Write it on your whiteboard. Good, Allie did. Now, how many pages did she read? That's going to be a little harder because we've got to figure out what are we skip counting by? Can someone tell me what we're going to skip count by in this graph? Alexander?
Fives.
Good. How can you tell?
Well, I just counted 5, 10, 15, 20. I just looked at the little lines and count them up how many times.
Good. There are 5 groups between 0 and 25.
Yes.
So you could basically use division. 25 divided by 5 is 5. So we're going to skip count by 5s here. Keeping that in mind, how many pages did Allie read? Can you write it down?
190.
How many pages?
Oops.
If I were you, I would go backwards from the 200. 1, 2, down from the 200. Almost, Rishith, but it's 2 groups of 5 below 200. Deekshita, can you try that again? How many pages did Allie read? How many pages did she read? Good. 190. 190 is correct. You can go up from 175, counting by fives, 180, 185, 190, or you can go down from 200. 200 minus 5 is 195, and then 190. Okay, another question. Take a look at Emily. Tell me, first of all, how many pages she read. Emily. Again, it's 2 less than that 100. 2 skip counts down from 100. Good. She read 90 pages. Now, who read twice as many pages as her? Twice as many pages. Can you figure it out? Emily read 90. Who read twice as many? All 3 of these look like they could be twice as many. So you've got to figure out the exact number. What is twice as many as 90? First of all. Alexander, what's twice as many as 90?
There's a calculation in my head, but it is 180.
Good. You probably calculated it in your head because you know 9 times 2 is 18, right?
I literally just did 9 plus 9. So it's kind of easy. And then I added a 0.
Exactly. So who has read 180 pages? Can you see it?
It starts with a J.
It does start with a J. The only one that starts with a J. Marcus, who read twice as much as Emily. Can you see it? Marcus, unmute yourself, please, and tell me who read twice as much as Emily.
Done.
Good guess, but no, that's 175. But we're looking for someone who read 180, who read just a little bit more.
Mia.
Who read 180 pages, Marcus?
Jessica.
Jessica did. Well done. Okay, boys and girls, we are about out of time, but I want to look at one more chart that's the opposite, where we've got the bars going horizontally instead, just to show you what kind this looks like. In this chart, we've got basically the favorite color of different kids. I'm surprised by how many people like white best. But here's the kinds of color: green, red, blue, white. And here is the number of people who like it best. So with this, we are going to be reading the numbers just on the bottom horizontally rather than on the top. These are not as common. You won't see these quite as much, but it is good to know how to read ones like this. Can you all tell me how many people like red best based off of this chart? Emma?
25.
Good. How many people like green best? Rishith?
5.
Just 5. Good job. So that's that kind of bar graph the information is just horizontal instead of vertical. For your pages today, you are going to have a lot of things really similar to this. Give me a thumbs up if you're feeling good about looking at a bar graph and being able to tell information about it. You guys seem to be doing really well with it. Now, you might need to do some calculations, just like we've done a few subtraction things to figure out the difference. So you might have some simple multiplication and some possibly addition and subtraction to do. But you've got a bar graph like this, answering tickets sold on different days. You'll do 70, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, and 74. Quite a lot, but it's really just 5 graphs altogether, I think, or 6 graphs. And then just some questions on each of them. Any questions about it? Alexander?
I have a quick comment. Well, I have a question for math and a comment. Question is for math. Like, could you like do another practice one, like on division and
I don't think we'll have any division to do.
Okay. And the comment is, tomorrow, can I show you guys my trailer?
Oh, yes, I'd love to see that. All right, boys and girls, keep in mind with these, when you're looking for what's between the numbers, in this kind of situation, if there's 5 little marks between 0 and 5, you're going to go up by 1. If there's 5 little marks between 0 and 50, what are you going up by? Rishith?
Remember last time you said I could share my riddle?
No, Rishith, I need us to stay focused on math right now. Do you have an answer? Can you tell me what we're skip counting by?
That's 50.
So skip counting by 50s, but what about between the numbers?
Tens.
Good, very good, 10s. Okay, just wanted to go over that with you guys again before you start your pages. Okay, it is about time to go, but Rishith, let's end with a riddle. You can call on people who have guesses once you tell us your riddle.
Is the chocolate Hershey's a boy or a girl?
Is Hershey's a boy or girl? You can call on people.
Orange?
It's obviously going to be a girl because it's saying her and she.
Yeah.
Good one. Okay, boys and girls. Well, thank you so much for persevering through class today, doing so well. I will see you guys tomorrow. And my reading group, it's been a whole week since we've done any reading together, but I'll have you stay with me. Everybody else, see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace.
And
Miss
bye.
Miss Garner?
Bye.
Can I